Today I would like to share how to set up a really simple agent workflow with Claude. And this is a really simple agent flow. Basically, it publishes our events automatically. At Two Red Beans, we run lots of offline events, and they are around the world in North America, Australia, Singapore, and other places. And we don't host these events ourselves. We host with our collaborators. This is what we have to do before the AI age. Our collaborators send us the details of the event, and we go back to the backend and enter the information here one by one. All these boxes we have to fill in: pricing, details, location, maps, and we have to upload the photos. For each language, we have to put in all these different levers to make it work. Now with AI, the easiest thing you could do is just install the Claude Chrome plugin. You turn it on, and then you copy the event from the organizer. You copy the contents, and then you put it in here. This is the event that we need to set up in this admin interface. Please help me set it up for all 3 languages. Then you just let the AI Claude to do it for you, and Claude will take control of this backend admin interface, and it will set it up for you. But that still requires you to copy the email content, upload the photo yourself, and then put it into Claude, the window that we just saw, and then you test and review it, and then publish it. So you're still in the loop. To take the human completely out of the loop, we can have this set up with Claude. We have the organizer send an email to an event email to a certain email address, and our agent will have a cron job that goes and check the email every 10 minutes and then parse the freeform data the organizer writes normally as they would in their email. And then if there's missing data, it will send an email back to the organizer asking for more info. If not, it will continue to drafting the event, and it will use the API to your server to create the event. Afterwards, it will send the organizer the link of the event so the organizer can take a look at it. If it approves, then it's published. If not, the organizer send back the corrections, and the agent will process the corrections and then redo the edit and send another approval email. Once this is set up, then your human is completely out of the loop, and the organizers still do what they used to do. How to set it up is actually really easy. If you already have this graph, or you can just describe it to code, open Claude Code session in your repo, and then tell Claude that please set up the workflow in this image, like this image, or as described below, and then ask me questions and permissions when you need my help. This way, Claude will look at this whole flow and it'll figure out what it already can do and it cannot do. And then for the ones that it can't do, it will ask you, okay, can you give me the permission for reading your emails? It will help you set up a Gmail MCP so that it can read and reply emails in a thread. Here, there's also the agent need to have access to your production server to use API to create your event. So the agent will figure that out, and it will ask you for the permission. For any workflow, you can actually use this process. This makes it very simple. You don't have to guide it through one step at a time. You just tell the agent that this is how I wanted to set up. Ask me questions and ask me for permissions, and then it will guide you instead of you guide the agent. At the end of the day, you will set up all these things right here, and the result is a skill or a workflow in an MD file. For security, here you have 2 places you have to be careful of. When you receive an email, there could be a potential risk of prompt injection. So you need to set up a guardrail right here. So what we set up is, first of all, the email has to come from certain people. We know our organizers' emails, so we only accept emails from these people. And we have to do guardrails there still to say there are certain things you can do and certain things you cannot do. Anything that's not related to the email, to the events, you have to guard it so it doesn't have a prompt injection and leak your secrets. And the other place you need to be careful about is the API scope. Because it has direct access to your backend API, you need to limit the API that you give to the agent so that it can only change stuff with your events, not anything else. I think that's it.